Hey everyone, it's Kathy Champion and you're back with me here at Kathy's Random Acts of Stamping, and today we're going to look at this beautiful paper pack and this stamp set. But before we get started, I want to remind you, here's the host code. If you spend $50 or more in my online store, use this host code and you will receive a free gift from me that will be shipped out the first or second week of the following month. So this being January, if you order during the month of January, you'll receive a free gift from me by the middle of February. So that's how that works, because I wait until the end of the month after everyone has ordered, and then I send the gifts out. So that little bit of housekeeping taken care of, we are getting ready, are approaching our Sale-a-Bration, and this paper pack and this stamp set is free. You cannot purchase it. Look at this beautiful paper. Isn't that just beautiful? Look at these beautiful blueberries. This is called Berry Blessing, and this paper has strawberries in it, even though this doesn't have a strawberry. There is another stamp set that you can get that will coordinate with this paper that will be in the annual catalog. So you get 2 sheets, I think, of each design. And there's the back of that one. Those strawberries just look so yummy. And look at that one. What a great paper pack that's free. Here's that other piece. Like I'm going to use this piece. That's why that one's out. I love those blueberries. And then here we have, I think blackberries. Blackberry Bliss. Oh my goodness, that'd be so beautiful with that. And then more strawberries. Strawberries everywhere. Oh, I didn't show you the back of these. There's the back of that one. Isn't that beautiful? And you could use this without using the berries, and that would be gorgeous. And then, of course, we have these strawberries, and on the back of this one, looks like strawberry seeds. Isn't that cute? And this is a very generous paper pack, too, to be a freebie. And then this is our last 2 pieces. And again, it looks like these might be raspberries. And we got these beautiful leaves. So it's such a gorgeous paper pack. And like I said, you cannot buy this. It is free. You earn it by spending, to get this particular one, because it is a bundle with the paper and the stamp set. If you spend $100, this you can choose for free. You can choose this for free, or you can choose 2 items that are $50. For example, if you only wanted to, let's say you only wanted to use one of the $50, if you spend $100, you could get this, or you could get this along with, let's see, I'll find another one of my, I think this one is a $50 one. Approaching Perfection, and that's a birthday one. And then here's the corner bouquet. And all of these, you could choose 2 of these or this. And there's lots of other things in there too as well. So it's always a wonderful time. Sale-a-Bration is such a happy time. It runs from the 5th of January through the end of February. But don't be discouraged. Normally it lasts 3 months, but this year they're going to do it also in the Christmas catalog. When that comes out, like in August, they will have another Sale-a-Bration. So you get to earn free products twice in the year rather than once, and that's always great. I'm going to lay this paper over to the side, and we're going to go ahead and get busy with making our card. And there's more details coming with the Sale-a-Bration and everything that it has. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut my card base, because I thought this Pacific Point would be so pretty with this. Look how it picks up that color. So I'm going to cut this piece down, and this was a scrap piece that I had. I had cut a piece off of this for something. So I know this is, I believe this is 8.5. Let's check it to be sure. let's see if it's 8.5 this way. Yeah, it's 8.5 this way. So we're going to turn it this way and cut it at 5.5. And then we're going to turn this and score it at 4 4.25. And this will give us our card base. Move that cut blade out of my way. And now we have our card base, and we're ready now to build our card. So, I'm going to move my pattern paper out of the way because I have an idea, and I also want to crease this down really well, just like that. And I have an embossing folder, the Old World 3D embossing folder, and I want to emboss that. But before I do, I want to make a mat on here. And looking at the greenery in here, I thought, how pretty would it be to use the Granny Apple Green and do a mat. So let's see, I don't have a scrap in here big enough, so we'll just cut a piece. And I just turned the camera on for this one. I thought, I'm just going to bring y'all along for the ride, and we'll see how this comes out, because I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm just kind of designing on the fly. So we're going to cut this to 4. So 5.25. Now that will be our mat for our card. And I think what I want to do is I want to cut a piece of this designer series paper that will fit across the top. So let's do 3 3/4. 3 3/4. We're going to cut a strip off of it that long. And we're going to take it to 5. Let's see, no, we don't want it at 5, we want it at 3. I just want this to live right up here in the top. Just like that. And I want to do something a little different down here at the bottom. So let's grab a piece of Whisper White, and I already have this cut. I'm going to run this through the embossing folder. And with this being a 3D embossing folder, I need to take my regular plates off of my machine. And all I need is my dynamic plate, or the number 4 plate. And we are going to run this through just like that. Oh yeah, look how pretty that is. Very, very pretty. Get my plates back where they belong. And now I need to decide if I want to cut this down. I do need to cut it down. I need to cut it down to 3 3/4. And I think I'm going to cut it to 2.5. 2 3/4. I want to make sure I got enough that it overlaps. Oops, did that not cut? I didn't press down on it. I'm trying to be careful not to get my, there we go. I didn't want to mash out my design. Let's see that texture. I really want that texture on there. Alright, so let's move this trimmer out of our way, and then we can see exactly what we want to do here. And I think what I want to do is I want this to kind of lap over that. So let's get some glue, because I'm going to use some liquid glue to adhere this. So I'm going to bring that down about to there, and we're going to use some liquid glue and put this down really well. And I'm using the raised side to the front. And there's no right or wrong way. It's totally your preference when you emboss something, whether you want the embossed or the debossed section to show. So it's totally up to you. So I'm just going to put that down, making sure I've got my little border showing all the way around. And then I want this to come over it, just about like that. So for this, I'm going to use liquid glue as well. And look, we could do this one as well. So pretty. Maybe I do want to do that one. I don't know, I think I'm going to go with the blueberries. We can always come back and make another one. And I'm going to lay this down just so it meets up with the other piece and gives me that same bordered edge around there. And you want to give this time to adhere because you are gluing it down on a bumpy surface. Now, if I'm going to look in my ribbon and see if I have anything that I would like to put across there. And I'm not sure if I have a green that will coordinate with that. This is a pretty braided ribbon that we may be able to get this to work. Oh, I think that will be pretty. Pretty. So I'm going to cut me a piece about that long. Let me grab my ribbon scissors. I don't like to cut paper with my paper scissors or ribbon without cutting with my ribbon scissors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to get rid of the glue so it doesn't get all gobby on the end. And I am going to be mindful of where I'm at on this. And I'm going to use some of the Stampin' Seal Plus. And I know it needs to go right about here. And right about there. So I'm going to take this ribbon and I'm going to lay it right across there like that. And then just wrap it around. And hopefully I got it stuck into that glue. And I think I did. On the front, sometimes the ribbon wants to move right there. The best way to seal that down, I have found, is with a glue dot. I'm going to take your pick tool, and I'm just going to pick up one of these glue dots, just like that. And I'm going to slide it right up underneath that ribbon, right there. Then that will lay really flat, and it keeps my ribbon in place, which is a great thing. All right, now remember, all of this is going to get glued down to this blue card base, which is going to really bring out all the colors. But before we go any further, I want to cut another piece of the green, and I might use the Just Jade. That looks like that would pull that ribbon in. And there is Just Jade in that, these colors, because look, yeah. So we're going to cut a small piece off of this, and I want to use some dies to cut this. So let's see. I love those Stitch So Sweetly dies. These are one of my favorites. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a larger one out of this, and then I'm going to do a smaller one in white out of that. And let's see, I have a piece of white right here. So let me run the white one through first. And this one. We are actually going to stamp on that one. So now let's do the larger one. And I just want to make sure this isn't going to be too large. And I think it's going to be very pretty. So yeah, we're going to do this one out of the Just Jade. Sorry for the popping. A lot of times when you are pushing through a straight edge die, it is a lot noisier than maybe a round die, but it's not hurting your machine. Your machine is made for this. Alright, let's get all of our elements back over here. I think what I want to do before I go any further is I want to stamp some of those blueberries on this piece. So let's get our stamps. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to do the outline in the Night of Navy for my blueberries. And then we're going to color them in using the Pacific Point. And I'm going to take a piece of grid paper and lay it down on my surface so I don't get ink on my mat. So this is Night of Navy. So I'm going to take the outline and I think I want the first one to go about like that, or maybe like this, because I want to get a leaf coming down as well and have room for a sentiment. Okay, grab a stamp block. And we're going to ink that up. Very pretty. Get my trusty little Stampin' Scrub over here. So I'll have that to clean my stamps off as I go. And now let's get the actual color for the berries. and grab the Pacific blue. I love this shade of blue, it's so pretty. And we're gonna ink it up. I'm gonna stamp it off and then stamp it on. Now I hope I'm not getting my head in the camera. But I want to make sure that I got that over top of those blueberries. Ah, beautiful. Now, clean. And let's put this back on here. And we're going to grab one of the leaves. And the leaves are the same way. They are a two-step stamp. So you have your leaves coming off like this. And let's see what sentiment we've got. Bountiful Blessings, and I think that might fit. Yep, that'll fit right there if we stamp the leaves that way. So we are going to get some of the 2 shades of green, just like we did with the blues. And I want a dark green and a light green, so let's go with garden green and greeny apple green. I'm going to use the darker green to stamp the image, and then I'll come back over with the greeny apple green to color in. So pretty. And now the solid one is going to go in the greeny apple green. And that one is going to give us a, oops, that didn't go there. I always try to put my inks back in the right spot. So some greeny apple green. Such a beautiful spring shade of green. And again, I'm going to pull this down so that I can get over top of it. Did pretty good. I love the 2-step stamping. It's a great way if you don't want to color. But now you could have stamped these and took your Stampin' Blends or your Stampin' Right markers and colored them in. So it's very versatile because you can use it in so many ways. And did I mention it's free? I think I did. Alright, we're going to go back now, I think, with that ink. I think I'm going to use black for the sentiment. I really think that I'll just use a black. I think that will bring out the sentiment, and sometimes we just need our sentiment to be just that. So So I'm glad I did that because I was stamping it upside down. Very pretty. I love this. I think it turned out beautiful. And once we get this card together, and I'm going to use this other sentiment on the inside. So while I've got this open, I'm going to pull that one off and go ahead and load it up on a stamp block. And let's cover up this one for right now. We will come back and use this. Let's pull everything back in and decide how we're going to put this on. I think I want to pop this up on here. So let's grab some dimensionals. I'm getting them evenly spaced so that it will not rock on the card, if that makes sense. So pull these off. I love using my Take Your Pick tool for wrangling up these backers because it just makes it so easy. They're all wrangled and I can put them all in the trash and I don't have them all over my craft room. So now let's just see if we can get this on here nice and straight. Just like that. And let's use some seal and we'll put this on. Put a piece over top of that ribbon just to make sure that it adheres really well. And a piece in the middle. Now let's see if we can get this one on here nice and straight. That's always the hard part. Like that, and then we're going to pop this whole piece up on here, and I'm going to pull it down a little bit like that, and let's put our dimensionals on the back of this one. And now let's pop this right about here. And this card was just all layering, and I think it turned out so pretty to be able to do something like this with just layering your pieces. I love that. Now let's go ahead and work on our inside. So for the inside, I'm going to cut down this other piece of the white. Go this way and cut this at 4. Five and a quarter, and it's just about there. So we're going to use that on the inside. also stamp. And you know what? I wish I had done this on here. Maybe another little piece, but that's okay. This looks gorgeous the way it is. Yeah, that could have been really cute right there. But you know what? There will always be another card. So we're going to stamp these in the corners. Maybe a couple in one of the corners. Let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. It says, "You always have a way of making my day." Very nice. Thinking I need a little squirt of water on my Stampin' Scrub. There we go. And now I think I want to do this one. And I think I'm going to do it in the green. Let's do Granny Apple Green. Maybe one up in this corner. That didn't stamp really good, did it? Let's see if we can get back over top of it. I'm going to turn it around. And hopefully we will. If not, I'll have to restamp this. Ah, pretty good, huh? Sometimes it's amazing because very seldom do I ever get that right. I usually end up having to restamp everything. So that was good. And on camera at that. You know, if anything's going to fail, it's going to fail when you're on camera, but that one worked out for me. Love this. And I think I'm just going to put this directly into our card. We have a lot of layers going on the front, so I don't think we need a whole lot in here. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. Checking to make sure I don't have any hanging over the edge. And I'm just going to put this down right here, just like that. And that card is done. Isn't that beautiful? Just made with layering. And what a cute, cute card using that beautiful berry, let's see, what is it called? Berry Blessings. The Berry Blessings, and the paper is called Berry Delightful Designer Series paper. And it is very delightful. I love this. I think it's so cute. And hey, who doesn't love free? So make your wish list and hop over to my Stampin' Up website. And this will start Tuesday, so January the 5th. And not only that, there'll be some other great things going on. The little small Stampin' cut and die machine, cut and emboss machine. I'll get it right in a minute. And I've showed this to y'all several times. This will be available for sale come January the 5th. It's in the new mini catalog. And everybody's so excited for this because we've been waiting a long time. And it fits on your desk so well. You couldn't use the embossing folder like I did earlier, that big one, things like that, but it will accommodate these. I think it will accommodate 3 inches. So this little piece was probably Yeah, right at 3. So I believe these would fit in there. And in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, it will tell you if it will fit in the mini machine. So that's always nice. If you have a mini machine, you can kind of look and decide. But I'm going to zoom y'all in so you can see this card up close. And just see how pretty that turned out. I love it. I think it's very subtle, but yet it makes a statement. So I hope you enjoyed watching my tutorial on using this Sale-a-Bration pack of paper and stamp sets. You can get this completely free with a $100 order, and it is shipped to you from Stampin' Up! So after you place your order, once you reach 100 or 50, it will tell you that you have one selection, or you have 2 selections, or whatever. You have two $50, like say for example you spend $104. It will say you have 2 selections or 1 selection, so that way you can choose which one you like. Anyway, thank you again so much for spending a little time with me. I appreciate it so much. God bless and keep you always, and as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven, because He is so worthy of our praise, our honor, our devotion, and our life. Life is short. Make the most of it, and be kind to others. Love you all, and until next time, bye-bye.